Tom Grossi, I am humbled to be in your presence. King, I declare you king of the draft streams. And as tribute, I offer you my body to do whatever you want with, because I just don't know if I can hold a candle to your bright, burning flame of YouTube superiority.
Just to clarify, I can do anything with your body. Great.
I mean, I'm not super flexible, but
okay. How are you at editing?
Pretty good.
Oh, baby! We here. We are fracking here.
Shout out to Tom Grossi. Seriously, everybody. This man fucking crushed it last night for the draft.
Thank you, buddy.
The Packers were close to picking, right?
Yep.
We're doing a live stream. You're doing everybody's doing a live stream.
Everybody's doing a live stream.
I'm like, oh, okay, Packers coming up. People in the chat are like, oh, we got to go see what Tom's doing. I drop over to Tom's stream. It's got like 11,000 people. I'm like, oh my God, he's killing it right now. You got over 12,000 last night. You're not super humble. You're moderately humble. A little brag here and there on the show, I get. But he's a humble man. He earned that. And I was just like, wow. Tom, outside of McAfee, had to be the
125,000.
Yeah. Most popular stream on draft night. That's big. That's big. So you did a great job, Tom. Stayed up till 2. Hell yeah. Excited for GPS. Also excited because the Broncos actually make some draft picks today. So anyway.
I appreciate that, buddy.
You killed it, bro. You killed it.
I didn't even have like a chance to see where we were on YouTube with like the rankings, just because there were so many graphics to try and organize, and like the pick is in the clock, everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was 3.5 hours, but it went fast because I was doing that stuff too. Like I had some videos, and Will was luckily carrying the actual analysis for me. But man, I looked at all the people streaming, and it was like literally every sports YouTuber was just boom. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited for night 2. But before we even get to night 2, welcome to another episode of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Grossi Brandon Perna, and this is the post round 1 draft edition of GPS. Let's fracking get it.
Let's do it.
Lions or Eagles? I mean, Eagles got their established guys, but Lions had a damn good draft. Lions fleeced the Vikings. I want to talk about that because other than collusion, thanks, Mike. I don't understand how a team could move up 20 picks and they barely give up anything. They're just like, oh yeah, you take the 32nd. Yeah, we'll give you a second, but you're also going to give us a second. They basically got a third. That's what they got. And they moved up 11 spots in the second for the Vikings. I don't get it. And Lewis Cine, I think, is a real good player, and we'll talk about all this. But you passed on Kyle Hamilton at 12? Kyle Hamilton compared to Lewis Cine. I was just collusion. It's collusion to the highest order, and it will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Nope. There are no police in the NFC North anymore.
Yep.
No police.
No, I am the law. I'm the law. And I'm just going to show up at your house. I'm going to go outside the Viking stadium with a bullhorn and just say collusion and just hold up a sign and a bullhorn. And I'm just going to yell collusion. And I'm going to watch all the birds hit the stadium, and they're going to be dropping dead all near me. And then I'm going to be like, that's still messed up. And I might poop on the Viking stadium.
Imagine like if an alien came to Earth and just like dropped in at like a Minnesota Vikings tailgate, and it sees like all these birds dying and all these people dressed like scary ass Vikings. We're like, oh god, we came to the wrong planet. These people are savages.
Honestly, like I saw it over the weekend. That's basically the entire synopsis of The Northman. Like it's just a bunch of scary Vikings, lots of animals getting killed. So like at least like the Vikings are staying, tried and true to that.
Yeah.
But we have so much to talk about.
Man, it's like it's hard coming into this show with so much to talk about after a couple of weeks of being like, what are we going to discuss today? Now I'm giddy. I don't know where to start. Actually, I do know where to start, Tom.
There you go. I literally saw the recognition in your eyes.
Check it out, Draftkings Sportsbook. Sponsoring the show. Sports. You got to use code GAP Fragin S when you sign up over at Draftkings, because
when the sun shines,
they told you to. Do you ever do something just because somebody freaking told you to do it, Tom?
Yeah.
That's how I make all my decisions. Who's going to tell me to do it? Here's what's cool about Draftkings. You can get in on draft bets, prop bets. There's a bunch of quarterbacks left in the draft. We only had one quarterback
wide receivers
in the first round. Also, there's going to be continued NBA playoffs betting. Hockey is coming up for DraftKings. You just got to use code GPS. The link is in the description.
You can bet on that team from Colorado, right?
What's up?
You can bet on that team from Colorado, right?
Yeah. Colorado. They got great teams to sports bet on.
The basketball team, though, right? They're in the next round, right? This is a basketball. Proceed.
Why don't you get out of my face right now?
Sorry.
You can bet each round of the draft all weekend long, whether or not your basketball team's still in the playoffs. You just sign up with code GPS. They got free-to-play pools. DraftKings supports this show. You support this show when you support us through DraftKings. All right, now that Tom's gone, let me say something. Let me get something off my chest.
Oh.
The Packers. Whoa, hey, Tom. Stupid drafters. God, they're so stupid at drafting. Oh my God, they suck at drafting.
Listen, we need to talk. Oh God, the Falcons. They got Drake started from the bottom. They're still there. Okay, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers because let's.
Whoa, sick logo.
Let's get it out of the way. Okay. I have been preparing myself and the fan base for the very realistic option that the Packers wouldn't draft a wide receiver in the first round. I literally did a video yesterday talking about 5 non-wide receivers they could take in the first round. Guess who was on that list? Quay Walker. Then on top of that, back a couple weeks ago, mocked Devonte Wyatt to the Packers. Look how that worked out. I don't hate this. And Rodgers was on Pat McAfee and literally said the only NFL ready wide receiver was Jamison Williams. Like right off the bat, and he wasn't going to be ready yet, right? He's probably going to be a PUP because he had the ACL injury. He said that's the only guy they thought. They didn't think there was a Justin Jefferson in the draft. And so there's so many people that are like, no, we wanted them to reach for a wide receiver in the second, which again, there are still wide receivers available. There's Pickens, there's Watson, hell, there's Shakir. There's so many different guys that they could go for. The Packers have an amazing run of second round wide receivers, Devonte Adams, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, that they've done pretty darn well. And I feel like if we wind up getting Pickens or Watson tonight, it's going to be like, oh, so you would have rather had them in the first just to say that you had them rather than having now, I think, arguably 2 phenomenal defenders. I like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Again, we don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Packers whiff on it and they don't even get the wide receivers that they want. But
yeah. Well, I will say, when we're doing the stream, my podcast writing partner, Will Keys, somebody asked him about Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
And he said if the Packers end up landing him, that's going to be a great draft pick for the Packers. That's a receiver he's super excited about. And that's the thing. We also talked about, like, receivers are kind of like running backs where you can find really good ones at any point in the draft. You just go through, look at the top guys, and you can find them every round. Now, I was ripping the Packers a new one when the Chiefs jumped ahead of you.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my God.
Pickens.
Who are the Chiefs going to take that the Packers really want? I thought it was going to be that kind of scenario, but they took a corner. I didn't think you guys were going to take a corner at 22. So once they kind of made that pick and it wasn't a receiver, it wasn't like a direct stick it to the Packers, we got to get this guy before they do type of move. I want to rip you guys, but it's like, I think if I were going to question what the Packers did, it's the linebacker taking Quay Walker over, I don't know, Nakobe Dean.
No, and that's basically what I said. I was like, I understand the pick. I don't understand, based on how the board fell, why going after him. So I understand getting him because he's a coverage guy. He could stop the run. Like, I'm all about it. Like that. That's fine. It's just that there was other guys on the board. But, and to speak to this, Goody got on his presser after last night and said what they loved about Quay Walker, which, by the way, they loved Devonte Wyatt, so much so that even Aaron Rodgers knew, because he was at Lambeau last week. He knew how much the Packers loved Devonte Wyatt, and they still picked Quay Walker over him. So they really like him, one. And two, what Goody said is that this is a guy who literally is getting better and better every single year. And the more opportunities and snaps that he has gotten, he's been great. He allowed 0 touchdowns on over 500 passing snaps, which is pretty damn good when he was in coverage. That's pretty darn good. On top of that, I think people are also getting fixed to the fact of, like, well, I saw Nakobe Dean and he went a lot earlier in mock drafts. So because of that, that means Nakobe Dean is much better than Quay Walker. The Packers disagreed. So I think that there's that mindset as well of, like, we're taking that as gospel. I mean, Jermaine Johnson fell all the way to the end of the first round, and he was lauded as a top 10 pick. So I get it. And it could be a reach. But
when the Broncos trade up and take Nakobe Dean, I'm going to tell you how much better he is than Quay Walker. I am going to shove that down your ear hole. Yeah. I don't want to do the mouth this time. It's going in your ear hole, Nakobe Dean. Really, really good player, going to be available day 2. I don't think the Packers did a horrible job. A team I'm a little concerned about is the Kansas City Chiefs, who did take George Karlaftis.
By the way, didn't take a wide receiver. Where's the crap that they're supposed to be getting?
Well, here's the thing. My opinion is they don't really need one. They're not going to find another Tyreek Hill in this draft.
No.
And they have, I think they have 13 receivers on their roster. Let me look at this up again.
I mean, they still have MVS, obviously. They have Kelsey. Like, yeah, they definitely can operate. But that's what I'm saying even about the Packers. Like, we have arguably a top 3 running back tandem in A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Like, and again, we have 3 picks today. Yeah. Like, I'm not freaking out. A lot of people are like, oh, it's copium. Like, I'm just not. Because that defense has just been made significantly better. And I'm excited about that.
The draft is such a crapshoot.
Nobody knows.
Look, it's fun to get really excited about the first round. It's fun to react, overreact, get angry, get excited, think your team's been saved, think your team's going to tank. The reality is a good draft, like a really good draft, you're going to get 3 or 4 impact players on your team. And when I say impact, like that could just be a consistent special teams contributor to all the way to, a star starter. So it's like in the moment type thing, and it is fun to overreact. And I don't think you're smoking the copium. Maybe downplaying, the reach there for Quay Walker a bit, but again, and also good teams are probably going to continue to be good, and hopefully some of these guys can come in and contribute in ways that just put them over that edge. And for the Packers, getting over the edge is just winning in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if they put in a performance like they did against the 49ers and, against other teams, like that'd be great. Again, the offense needs to be changed. And I am not ready to scream. If we don't draft a wide receiver tonight, then that's a different story. then the panic is going to start to kick in a little bit. And again, even Rodgers alluded to this, like there's still free agency. Goody's like, we have until September. Julio Jones is still out there. You do have a Jarvis Landry that's still out there. I mean, we'll talk about the craziness that was wide receivers last night, but I'm not going to panic just yet. Let's see how today goes, and then we can full-blown panic.
Yeah, that's fair. The Chiefs got better. Oh, my God, Dustin.
Dustin!
Oh, my God, Dustin.
Oh, Dustin. Oh, he's a Saints fan. That man's happy today. That man is happy today. Do you mind if I...
Do it.
Johnny John John!
Oh, yeah.
See, and when we were doing the Saints pick, Will was like, this is a stupid pick for the Saints to trade up to get. So that's just the difference. Like Saints fans, maybe they're excited, super excited about Olave. Not a bad pick.
No.
But he probably would have been there for you at 16.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, like, what? Like, all the receivers went. Like, they all, like, the amount of trades that were happening last night, if I'm the Saints, like, I'm not stressing out about it too much. Because what did they give up? Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I feel like it wasn't significant. So, go get Olave. You know he's going to be good. You got your offensive tackle. Like, okay.
Taking Olave over Jameson Williams, though, that's interesting. I don't know. Is Olave going to be better than Jameson Williams?
Williams, again, his concern is that, like, his ACL, you don't know how he's going to be when he comes back. If Jameson Williams, like, didn't have the ACL issue, I think he's the first wide receiver off the board easily.
I know why they didn't take Jameson Williams.
Easily.
They were scared Jameis Winston was going to be too stupid to figure out the difference between himself and Jameson.
Dude.
Am I Jameson now? We don't criticize Jameis Winston for being dumb enough, I think. He gets too much love for being dumb. I want that. I'm jealous of that.
Bear Down won $300.
Damn. Hell yeah. Yeah, I put a little money on Aidan God dang.
Hutchinson?
Aidan Hutchinson. Computing. Aidan Hutchinson going 1 because it was plus. And the Jags, of course, they stuck with Walker at 1. So,
which they're getting, I mean, even by the Jaguars, they're like, oh God. Jaguars fans are like, and honestly, like, I don't understand the hate for this because he's just going to be on the Rams in 4 years anyway when they trade him. So, like, I don't understand, like, why it's such a big deal right now. But yeah, I don't know why you pass on Hutchinson. Yeah. The Lions literally, they probably had the most fortune out of all the teams. And I think the Jets did very well. But the Lions having Hutchinson fall right into their lap. And then I want to understand it. How the Vikings can go, yeah, we're going to move back 20 picks. We're going to go from a top 15 pick to number 32. And then we're just going to pick, we're going to swap second rounders and we're going to get an extra third. On what planet? A few years ago, the Saints gave up their next year's first rounder to move up a couple spots with the Packers. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
So yeah, what the Vikings were originally at 12, right?
Yep.
Man, they could have used, I feel like, Jordan Davis.
Kyle Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton.
And I think Lewis Cine is a good player too. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player. But if you're going to trade back, why are you not at least getting more value? Like, to move up 20 picks, dude, from 32 to 12, like, that's at least a first rounder next year. At least. But
hey, I think the Vikings, the Lions, they're building a solid team, which is is cool. They just need a quarterback now, and they can get a quarterback without a lot of risk today. True. So a second or third rounder. I think the smartest thing the Lions could do is draft Carson Strong whenever it makes sense to take him. Probably third round. I think that's the right fit for the Lions. I think he's the type of quarterback who Dan Campbell, like, it fits the mindset. He's tough. Oh, yeah. He played through a knee injury, and that's like his knock on him. And I think he's got the best arm talent in this draft. So that would get me super excited if I'm a Lions fan. But then you've got a ton of potential with Malik Willis. Matt Corral would be fun to watch with the Lions. They did a great job. Two other teams that did a really good job, and we're not used to saying this because of old Adam Gase and Dave Gettleman, but the Jets and the Giants.
Jets and Giants crushed it.
Like, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see Adam, 5 points, lose his mind. In fact, both him and Tree were pretty happy with their picks. Kenny Pickett going to the Steelers. But the Jets,
dude, they made the most moves and they crushed it. Like they said, I think it was like the top 5 guys on their board and they got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or just top 8. And they, for their value, they did pretty darn well and they're building a good team. The Giants, I feel like, thanks, Ben. The Giants, I feel like they were in a position where they actively would have had to screw it up.
Yeah.
Because pick. Like it's pretty difficult. But Tibbs fell right into their lap, right? They go get Evan Neal. Like it's a home run for them. It's a home run. So they had a really good draft based on like the board and the guys that were available. And then the Jets, man, like they just we're making moves right now. And I think with those pieces, like they and you have Salah that's there, I'm not saying that they're going to, I don't know if they're gonna win the division or anything, but it's a nice foundation for them to have.
The Jets, like if the Jets had Daniel Jones, I'd maybe be a little more optimistic about their success this season. Because I'm just not sure about Zach Wilson yet. That the question mark for the Jets at quarterback is so big right now that they can crush all of their picks, but unless Zach Wilson gets a lot better, it's not going to matter. And that's not to say he can't. I like Zach Wilson. I think he's got the right mindset. He just got to take a huge leap year 2. He needs like a Josh Allen type leap in his play. And I'm not saying I think Daniel Jones is even better than Zach Wilson, but I think we've just seen a little more from Daniel Jones, where your argument for the Giants right now is, hey, if the help's around him, they did not pick up his 5th-year option. But if Daniel Jones plays really well and, the Giants continue to have a good draft, then maybe the Giants can, move forward with Jones. But that's also a question. And,
hey, Brandon.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Oh, God.
Hold on. Just hold on 1 second. Hold on. I told you the Lions weren't taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
I told you. That was
the easy road.
I screamed it from the mountaintops that they weren't going to do it. And everyone on clickbait, they were like, blah, 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 blah. Nay. I told you. And I hate it. By the way, again, and I said this last night, we used to see the Lions as the little brother now. No, now that you got Jameson Williams, because I really wanted Jameson Williams, now you're my enemy. That's it. Full blown. There is nothing but rage now for the Lions. It's not like, oh, look at the cute kitty cat anymore. Nay. No. So, yep. Just don't. Just don't. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew.
Holly, how happy are you for 5 points? Very.
Ollie dropping a 50.
I'm a lot less happy for the Chiefs, Holly. I think they did a really good job in the first round, and I hate it.
There you go. All right, Perna. Yeah, you play the clip. Whatever clip you want, buddy.
Mm.
It's for you. So
yeah, hold on. Where
you
do
that. You do that now. I'm so mad.
Dang it, Holly. Let me bring in a clip. This deserves me bringing in a clip. Which
now this is the clip
I use. Now here's a clip.
Now here's a clip.
Really gets the boys excited. This one's specifically for Holly.
Okay. I'm excited. So you're importing something?
Yeah, I had to import it.
Wow.
So I used it a lot during the stream last night, but
Seahawk fans want a hero, and you denied him.
Not that bad.
Don't lie to me. I checked all the Seahawk fan blogs and chat rooms. They're all calling for your head. Ever since you traded away
Wilson,
the Barbarians are at the gate.
I don't care about that.
Nailed it.
You can't hurt me, Holly. I got Russell Wilson to protect me from Mahomes. Yeah, Karlaftis and a corner for the Chiefs makes a lot of sense. I thought their need for wide receiver was kind of blown out of proportion. You're right. They got MVS. They grabbed Juju. They've got McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
They've got all these guys with potential. So I think they can still get a value wide receiver. And their needs were edge and corner. And they went after guys. They traded up for Trent McDuffie. And yeah. So what Karlaftis does, they don't have to, like, they can move on from Frank Clark after this year if they want. They get a year with those two together, which sounds a little stupid to me. I hope the Broncos move up today and just get somebody that makes me feel really confident. That's all I'm asking. I want maybe Nakobe Dean. Come on, go get it.
Go get some Nakobe Dean.
Go
Can we talk about, first of all, there were 9 trades last night. 9. Like, it's funny because I'm sitting there in the top 5 and like I had a trade alert graphic and I was like, oh man, I really hope I get to use this. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Did I use it? I literally couldn't stop using it.
Dude, I did the same thing. I was like, what? I made these trade graphics. When can we play them? And then I freaking forgot to play them once the trade started happening because they were coming too fast.
Yep. So that was wild. But the bigger thing, and you and I have talked about this for weeks because the news was so slow, we were talking about Deebo Samuel, Scary Terry, AJ Brown. And we said on the show, they're like, well, the AJ Brown one like makes the least amount of sense. They're not going to do that. And out of nowhere, AJ Brown gets fracking traded to the Eagles for the 18th overall pick and a third. And again, the Eagles then go, okay, 4 years, $100 million, 57 guaranteed. So he gets a massive payday. The Titans then try to get Treylon Burks, who they're going to hope to like replace him. And I know Titans fans wanted Treylon Burks with AJ Brown because they had a needed wide receiver because they lost Julio Jones. But it's like, oh, okay, yep, you got Treylon Burks, but you lose everything else.
You lost your soul.
Correct.
You lost your soul, Tennessee. I mean, if I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, I'm optimistic about Treylon Burks, but you got to question giving up a player of 8. I mean, I guess it's hard to say because
best player on the team.
Devonte Adams left, Tyreek Hill left, AJ, like it's becoming normalized to just not give away, but trade away elite receivers because now all of a sudden, even though the salary cap's going up every year and it won't really be an issue, teams don't want to pay these guys. I'm just a huge AJ Brown fan. So Eagles, I think you won that move. You can afford to pay him because you got Jalen Hurts, and you may never pay Jalen Hurts. You may be drafting his replacement next year. Draft. Not sure yet. So big loss for the Titans there because we saw what happened when Derrick Henry went down and then AJ Brown goes down. Like the Titans were working because they still had AJ Brown on offense for Ryan Tannehill. He gets banged up, and all of a sudden you're like, this team, they're still winning games, but they don't look good.
But and again, like you don't even know about Tannehill. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing too. But hold on real quick. Holly! Boop. Yep, it's a fake for the kitty. Hold on, I got you, Holly. I got you. I got you. Please hold. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey.
The kitty.
There you go. Hey. Yeah, so the Eagles had a phenomenal draft. Like Jordan Davis, I think is a great pick for them. And they get a top wide receiver. They're like, oh, screw it. We're not going to try to draft one. Let's go get one of the best ones in the NFL in AJ Brown. And again, it's setting up Jalen Hurts to be successful. It's kind of like with Tua, right? It's saying like, hey, we're going to put all this talent around you. Yeah. Go make it work. We had the run game when we actually decided to commit to the run last year. Now we have Devonte Smith. And on top of that, we have AJ Brown. They're looking pretty darn good there. So, Fletcher Cox and Davis is going to be disgusting. I think that was like really shocking to me because while the Titans did replace them, if you line up these massive wide receiver trades, like it's just weird, right? AJ Brown, he's getting like the 18th overall pick and then a third. You're having Devonte Adams gets a first and a second. Then on top of that, you have Tyreek Hill. He got the first. They got the first, right? They got the 29th. So they got a few picks that were with that though. And then the thing that's crazy enough is you have freaking Amari Cooper, who was in like the same boat. You could argue like top 10, maybe top 15 wide receiver. He goes and they just get a fifth for him. A fifth. And you got Jerry Jones last night, who's literally showing off his draft board to the press.
Yeah. Jared, don't show him that.
It's like the fact that you're not even getting a first, the fact that Hollywood Brown, who was drafted, what was it, the 25th? And like I think it's 25th overall and got traded for a 23rd. Like, oh man.
Yeah, if I'm going to criticize a team, it's the Cardinals.
They kept Kyler Murray happy, like because he's going to be very happy they got Hollywood. They wanted to get Hollywood a couple years ago, but
yeah, because they played together, right? It makes him happy, but I don't know, man. I don't know why you give up that pick because we kind of know who Hollywood is, and maybe he was good last year. Yeah, he's been good. I don't know if he's a difference maker for the Cardinals. Could be. I'm not going to write it off. Again, I don't want to be like the guys like this is never going to work. But if I got to compare the Ravens and the Cardinals, two birds in this draft, I think the Ravens did a much better job. They get great value for Hollywood Brown.
Kyle Hamilton.
And then, they take the best safety and the best center. So I think the Ravens quietly really solid draft picks there.
It's just confusing with them because one, Lamar Jackson was pissed. Lamar Jackson was not happy. But the other thing that's confusing is like they must really believe in Rashad Bateman. And apparently Hollywood asked that he wanted to quietly leave. Like he wanted to at the end of last season, he wanted to get out. It's just, it was weird. It was weird looking at the Ravens going, okay, why? Like, who are you going to throw the ball to? And I think that they did have a very good draft and they got great value for him. You know, it's just, they're another team. Like the Ravens are going to be in a wide receiver hunt day 2. And I think for the Cardinals, you gave up your first rounder for Hollywood. And again, you're keeping Kyler Murray happy. And maybe that's part of it. Like maybe that's part of why.
That was my reaction when it happened. I was like, oh, this is a Kyler Murray pick.
Yeah.
This is to keep our frustrated, angry, weird quarterback happy for at least another year while we can get an extension done.
Yeah. Oh, who's going to win in a race between us?
Oh, me. Easy.
You think so? Are we going distance? Like what are we looking at for distance?
I'll kill you either.
Okay.
I have very little confidence in my life, except about my speed.
Okay. But that's the thing. If we're doing like a 100-meter dash, I think you could probably win. But if we're going like a 5K,
I'll win.
Okay. Maybe we'll test it out.
I've already put over 500 miles on my bike this year. So can I go the distance? Is my cardio at an all-time high despite maybe drinking too much, despite maybe sitting on my butt too much?
Okay.
Somebody asked, like, who was a better receiver last night, you or me? And I took the same approach. I just was like, me, easily. And I was like, except in jump ball scenarios. I think Tom will own me in all jump balls. Distance-wise, if I'm being honest, you might be able to beat me. And that's because my one of my knees is not good after a mile. So that's why I ride the bike.
That's why got it.
Running's too hard on my knees.
Got it.
Like, I'll project confidence, but I'm also the type of guy who has to be careful how I sneeze because it might throw my back out. Every time you see me get overly confident about something, just know it's fake, guys. No, there's no substance there.
Okay.
That is my grandmother. Oh, that is
actually your grandmother?
Yeah. My grandparents were Italian. So the first thing they tell you when you walk in the house, what do you want to eat?
Yep.
Grandma, it's 10:30 at night. Can I get you a ham sandwich? No, we just want to go to bed. Eat, damn it.
Shove it in. You're going to like it.
Have some carbs.
We could do a full-blown triathlon when I come to Colorado, and we can live stream it, and we could have people place bets on it.
Yeah, we should do one of those, like, what are those crazy, like, Tough Mudder races or whatever?
Oh, it's like a Spartan race?
Yeah.
Oh, I've done a lot of those.
All clickbait has to do that?
Oh my God. I want to see Tree try to get over the wall. Please. Scooter would destroy all of us. Like, I just want, like, Scooter would absolutely wreck all of us.
Oh my God.
But
yes.
I wasn't too surprised, Frank. I wasn't too surprised. I said that he would go 32 to the Lions in the latest mock. Yeah. I don't think so.
I was surprised that the Steelers went with Pickett over Willis. And I acknowledge that the media has hyped up Malik Willis quite a bit.
Yeah.
But the reason I was surprised is because they made the move for Mitch Trubisky. And I think you take Kenny Pickett because he's ready to come in and start, like, right away in terms of, like, projected to be the most NFL ready QB in this draft. It's a little strange to me that they didn't grab the guy who can sit behind Trubisky for a year, who has, a lot of upside, versus the guy who might come in and just flat out beat Mitch Trubisky for the starting job. That's what surprised me about it. And honestly, I thought a team or two was going to reach for quarterbacks. Just based on history and overvaluing of QBs in the first round, I thought somebody was going to do it, but they didn't. And that's what surprised me. We've all, like, the story for the last year has been like, this is an underwhelming quarterback draft class. And guess what? None of the teams bit on it. But a lot of teams are going to get guys in the second round. And your same argument about the Packers, Tom, like, what's the difference between getting, like, 2 defensive players now and the wide receiver we wanted in the second round?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the quarterbacks. Like,
sure.
I still think a couple of these quarterbacks are going to turn out to be decent QBs. They're just going to be drafted at probably a more proper valued position. Every year doesn't have to have, QBs going in the top 10. I was really hoping they did because people like
push everybody down.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I concur with that statement. But buddy, come on. I can't drop these hints. They're so hard. Like they're slapping you in the face.
Wait, just DraftKings? Sometimes I don't listen.
The entire chat is
Come on, I was going on about quarterbacks.
I was like, man, we should live stream our triathlon and bet on it. And you're just like, yeah, like a Tough Mudder.
I had an idea about a Tough Mudder. Hey, you want to bet on Tom and I's Tough Mudder? Do it at DraftKings Sportsbook. Sponsor of today's show. Friends of the show. Now, we're heading into day 2 of the draft. And DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bet each round of the draft, all of the days.
That's why their checks bounce.
What?
That's why their checks are going to bounce. Like when they send it to us, they're going to be like, no. Transition, minus 500.
Perna waited too long. You guys suck. Look, the draft is in Vegas. There's not a more appropriate place to have the draft. And also mention DraftKings Sportsbook. Vegas used to be the only place you could do this. Now you can do it from many places. But if DraftKings is still not available in your area, don't sweat it, okay? Because DraftKings is offering free to play. Oh, wait, that was for round 1. I don't know. Do they have more free to play pools? Maybe. Maybe. You got to go into DraftKings to find out. You got to go into DraftKings to find out. Hey, it's been a long 24 hours for me. Do not knock me.
I love how our pitch to them is go to the website, go to the app, because we might not know what's on it.
Well, no, I knew yesterday. I haven't gone in there this morning to see which teams are players I can project. I bet you can. We're gonna get
the highest conversion rate now because people will just be like, you know what? I like it just because of the mystery.
Yeah. DraftKings be like, we've got a new approach moving forward. Watch this ad read. Now you're going to think it was horrible. You're going to think these guys are idiots. Accurate. But they convert. They convert. GPS is the code. The link is in the description. If you want to do NBA playoff betting, hockey betting, more draft. I don't know about the free-to-play pool, okay? Is that just round 1 or are there more? Go in and find out, suckers.
Speaking of pools, now let's dive into a couple of other things. You like that transition? That was pretty good, right?
I'll be your lifeguard.
Okay. Yeah. I think looking at today, you're going to see a bunch of QBs that are going to start to go. Wide receivers might go early. You might see that because there's a bunch of wide receiver needy teams that are there. I'm a little nervous. I'm like a little nervous, just like a tiny bit. If we get Christian Watson, I think I've like convinced myself that I'd be even happier than if we got Pickens. If we got both, which we won't, I'll be even happier. There we go. Scott got it. Our crap ad reads are why I have DraftKings.
Hell yeah.
We did it. I do nothing, but we did it. I just try to keep you on target. Oh my God. Yeah. So, Perna, if you had to give me, I want to answer our question that we posed for the title. I want 3 teams that you think had the best drafts and 3 teams that had the worst.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
So let's start off. We want to do best first.
Yeah. People like do best worst. You know, that's what's hot.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Okay. So best draft. Or should we do just a total of 3 teams? So I do one, you do one, I do one? Okay.
Well, because we're probably going to agree on some of them.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh.
Now, and I think it's easier to look at some of the teams that had multiple picks early. Mm-hmm. But I like what the Ravens did. They offload a player who maybe doesn't want to be there in Hollywood Brown. They get arguably the best safety in the draft, which the Ravens are a team who likes kind of a ball hawk type safety. I think Hamilton fits that. And they get a very good offensive lineman. Center, could play guard. Probably going to play center for them straight up, though. Tyler Linderbaum. And I think that's going to make a difference for their offense, especially if they continue to be a run-heavy type offense. So, yeah, Ravens. Really like what they did.
Okay. All right. I think they get the value. I mean, the fact that they got Kyle Hamilton is disgusting for that defense. Like, that's just going to be gross. They got a really good center,
Give it
too.
To me, Will.
I will say that the New Jersey Jets had a very, very good draft. Just from the surface, they addressed a ton of different areas with really good premium talent. And again, we're just going off of the fact that they were mocked high. But like to get Jermaine Johnson where they did, I think that's a really good pick because I know there's some questions about him, but I think that's good. Getting Sauce Gardner, even though he went the wrong way, when trying to walk to the draft stage, that was really good. Plus his necklace was really cool. He got arguably one of the best, if not the best corner in the draft. Yeah. And you got Garrett Wilson, who I think was the safest wide receiver in the draft, which is exactly what they needed. Because if they got Jamison Williams, who I originally mocked them to, you do have that, crap. If his ACL doesn't heal the right way, that could be problematic. You have Drake London, who I think is not a great pick for the Falcons. But based on all the other needs they have, with Drake London, talk about not being able to get separation and lack of speed, that's a concern. I think Wilson arguably is probably the most complete wide receiver and has the lowest risk factor associated with him out of all the top wide receivers. I think Olave is going to crush it with the Saints just because of their scheme and how they're going to utilize him. But yeah, the Jets had a really, really good draft.
Yeah, I think just coming back in and getting Johnson late there. Oh man, I think that's great value, and that's what kind of seals the deal. Dang, they slam dunk this.
Yeah,
I might be able to do that. We'll see. Once I get through this draft and football's winding down, I might get over to the DNVR bar. But I like the Drake London pick for the Falcons. I don't know if they had a bigger need than wide receiver.
Buddy.
They have no receivers. Now,
sure.
Do you value Drake? I mean, in terms of being a replacement for Julio Jones, he's the most physically built to eventually do that.
The one reason I like the pick is because I think it's going to allow Kyle Pitts to be a monster. Because eventually, if they get Calvin Ridley back next season or what have you, but I think that because people will be looking at London, it'll allow Pitts to excel or vice versa. So I think I like it for that. But yeah, I mean, where could they go? I don't know. Their entire defense, their defense needs to be completely revamped.
Yeah,
I think they could have.
Look, the Falcons are on a 2-year plan here. That's the thing.
Oh, buddy, I think it's more than 2.
I mean, in terms of you're trying to draft and rebuild, but they got to get a quarterback. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league this year. That's just my guess because of the amount of talent they lost and the losing out on Deshaun Watson, getting rid of Matt Ryan. So I'm not mad at them grabbing. It's maybe could they have traded back and still gotten some more value in Drake London?
Yeah.
But again, he might be the best receiver in this draft. We really don't know.
We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All
right.
Right. So
Jets, Ravens. Okay, fine. Giants. Giants did goods.
Giants did well.
Giants did goods, but I'll go with the Chiefs.
Oh.
I mean, they had 2 very late first-round picks. They go grab the corner they like in McDuffie. They get Karlaftis, who just did he fall to them at was that 30? Yeah. Fell to them at 30. It's like a team that doesn't have any glaring holes, but 2 areas they needed to get better, they got better, and they did it late in the first. I hate it. They have a ton of draft capital still, too. So
sure. Yeah. I mean, besides Giants, which again, I think they were just handed that opportunity. I think the Eagles had a really good draft.
Yeah.
The Eagles landing one of the best wide receivers in the NFL because they can pay him. And you get Jordan Davis, who was my top D lineman. Yeah, I think that they did pretty darn good. They did pretty
hey, Kung Fu. This is what I think of the Chiefs. Put this in their closet. Oh, I'm going to open my closet. Boom. There it is.
I would just love Andy Reid is at home and he opens his closet and you're just standing in his closet flipping him off and he's like, who are you?
He's just morning, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, I just want a team in the AFC West to look like they're getting less competitive. No. And it's not happening.
Dude, the Chargers even had a great pick. Oh my God. They're protecting their interior, which they most definitely needed. And the Raiders,
Zion Johnson for the Chargers, bolstering the line for Herbert, probably going to help them in the run game a little bit. Be a little more effective there. It's just, yeah.
I think that the The Raiders, they could have had the best draft out of all of them because they didn't pick a first rounder. That's probably the biggest brain of them all.
And I'm sure Raiders fans are like, look, Gruden and Mayock are gone. We weren't going to do anything stupid in the first round anyway. You got Josh McDaniels, who traded up for Tim Tebow, okay? When nobody on earth thought Tebow was going to go in the first round. I went back and watched that pick, and Rich Eisen was like, here's something nobody thought we'd be saying. Tim Tebow in the first round. That said, actually, McDaniels hit on a lot of other draft picks. Demaryius Thomas was great. They had Decker. It was just like, he got rid of so much talent, and then by the time he was gone, a lot of those players paid dividends later. But my point is, McDaniels would have screwed you guys in the first round somehow. FYI, Raiders fans.
Also, obviously the Lions had I think they had a very good.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the Lions.
Yeah, Hutchinson and then Williams. All right, let's go with the worst now. Let's go with the worst.
Oh, do I just start with the Patriots?
I literally am sitting here and I'm watching this. And I'm like, this is probably going to be an offensive lineman no one's ever heard of. And long and behold, it's an offensive lineman that nobody's heard of. Can we name more Patriots things than trading back and then picking random guys in the first round? Is there a better combo?
No.
I don't know.
Now, I have heard of Cole Strange. Because
he's in that new movie coming out next week.
Yeah.
He's a doctor, right?
He is a doctor. Once he gets his PhD. Oh man. I'm trying to see.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be amazing. I don't doubt that. I think it's just because he wasn't on people's draft boards that are like, oh, he's terrible. I don't think it's awful. I think it's just underwhelming.
Here we go. I'm just gonna bring in the clip. Let me bring in the Cole Strange clip.
Do it. Yeah, no. I think, again, people are just underwhelmed by the pick, but it is such a Patriots pick for them to just get more draft capital and then be like, yeah, we're going to go offensive lineman.
Well, did you see Sean McVay's reaction to the pick?
Yeah. Yeah.
They just start laughing.
Yep.
And they're like, oh my God. His line was like, why did we waste our time evaluating this guy because we thought he would be available to us in the third round? So again, might be, if you're going to go to a team that historically has been good on the offensive line, he's going to be fine there. But New England, you could have got, they traded back, they added more picks. He would have 100% been available to them there. Belichick's got to realize the draft is not his thing, and he needs to
bring the dog back.
Yeah, let the dog make the pick. Can't. Belichick already put that dog to sleep.
Oh, that got dark real quick.
Yeah. Oh, surprise. Belichick murders animals? I'm not. He probably fed the dog to his team at some point.
Wow.
Number 9, offensive lineman in Chattanooga, Cole Strange. Nothing is more strange than his metamorphosis from a clean-cut, dirty blondish freshman to a bearded, full-blown redhead? Is this the same guy? Seriously, is this the same fucking dude? Is there a PED that turns your hair red? Because I'm pretty sure this guy is taking it. What? So, we did know about Cole Strange over here, just so everybody knows. Not a surprise. Had him 9 on my big board.
Of best names?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll be very clear what that board actually
that was from best names. But also, I was like, this guy went through a transformation once he got to college.
Maybe he's a werewolf.
Shapeshifter? If Belichick found a shapeshifter, that's actually a great draft pick. We have to acknowledge that.
That's true. That is very true.
So, Patriots.
Okay, this goes to my pick. Worst, the Rams. The Rams had the worst draft yesterday. Why? Because they spent millions of dollars hyping. They got Sawyer from Lost to come in and say they're going to steal the draft. And guess what? No draft was stolen. You know what was stolen? The fracking time in which I was waiting for the Packers to announce their pick, but Andrew Whitworth had to go up there and make a Hall of Fame speech for 25 minutes, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the pick. And he's like, in my youth, I was a man, and on the farm. And I like Andrew Whitworth a lot. I have a lot of respect for him.
I love him.
Holy crap, man. I was like, what is happening? And why on the Packers pick? So, you know what? They didn't steal the draft, and Andrew Whitworth took 10 minutes just to say my Packers pick. That's my joke of worst.
No, he
Honestly,
did take a long time. I was like, I don't even know what he's saying right now. It's probably something positive about helping the world, but Jesus, just get to the pick already. Especially at that time in the draft. Don't be doing speeches on the last 10 to 12 picks. No, I agree with you, Tom. You want to do good, save it for the third round of the draft when nobody's watching.
Save for day 7.
Yeah, I mean, third day of the draft. Third day of the draft.
That's it. And it's not even, it wasn't even for the Rams pick. That's what was wild to me. Wasn't even for them. But whatever. Yeah. I think if you're taking a look at teams that actually did poorly, the Cowboys one is questionable.
Yeah.
Tyler Smith, weird. He was on my video yesterday too of guys the Packers could take. I mean, they needed to help out the offensive line. So it definitely is a need, but I think Jerry Jones showing the board to the press, which is a phenomenal. And on top of that, the fact that this guy holds all the time. Yeah, I think that's a little problematic.
Yeah, that's I'm working on my recap of it, and I think my angle is, do you know how I know the Cowboys reached for this pick? Jerry Jones trying to defend the pick by showing where they had him on their thing. That's something you do when people are no, we had him up here. We had him as our number one guy the whole time. Okay, Jerry.
Okay, Jerry. Whatever you say, Jerry.
We believe you, Jerry. You're not super old, and he's still funny, though. I think, we can knock the Jags for their first pick, but getting back in late to take Devin Lloyd. I think that was, I was surprised he made it that far and that Nakobe Dean's still available. So I'm not calling him a winner, but I think we would say the Jags' first pick is very bizarre. Probably not ideal. I'll give him credit on the back end, and we don't need to pile on the Jags because they're. I
think Travon Walker is going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be good. I think that Hutchinson was just better. And again, I could be completely wrong. Yeah. I just think that Hutchinson showed more consistency over a longer period of time.
Yeah. And then what else?
But I'm happy for Aidan Hutchinson. There's a lot of guys who went to their hometowns, right? Whether they went to college there or whatever. Yeah. The commute's going to be pretty easy. You look at Kenny Pickett, you look at Aidan Hutchinson. So I feel that's always nice. I do like those draft reactions. What was it? Stingley's reaction? His family, they were just all right, cool. We're here now on the Texans.
Versus McDuffie's family reaction where they're just shaking babies in joy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, but parenting.
As a dad, I know you're not supposed to do that. Do not shake your baby.
Don't do that.
You put baby in the corner.
Yes.
Because, yeah.
So, yeah. Falcons, again, I already expressed that I didn't think that was a great pick.
Hot Atlanta. I think it's fine. But who knows? A wide receiver is not a good pick until you have a quarterback who can get him the ball. Is that Marcus Mariota? Probably not.
Thornton ran a 4.28? Some crazy thing like that? Yeah, he's fast. He's real fast. So could be an MVS replacement. I'm glad you didn't say the Packers. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah, I don't know if they slam dunked their first pick there.
I think we got to look at it more than just day one, right? Their draft is going to be let's see what they do in day 2. They don't draft receivers. Oh God, they're going to get crapped on. They're going to get crapped on hard. And I'm going to be okay, yeah, this one's concerning. Like people are like, "Oh, you're a homer, copium." I'm like, I've criticized draft picks before, 1,000,000%. I prepared myself and was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't pick a wide receiver. And we didn't. But
yeah, I think there will be some more players traded. We're waiting for Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
We're waiting for Jimmy G. I don't think
Waller.
Debo's going anywhere, so don't worry about that. What'd you say?
I said Darren Waller. You know who the losers of this draft are? The San Francisco 49ers, because now they need to pay Deebo Samuel $1 kajillion. That's the loss right there. Yeah.
I mean maybe, we'll see. And where is my thing here? Damn it. Oh, hold on. I got the last thing I got too many tabs. Where's my tab?
Tabs.
All right, yeah. Day 2. Best remaining players. Tom Grossi. We got Nakobe Dean. We got Malik Willis. We got Andrew Booth. We got Breece Hall. No running back. We thought maybe the Bills go running back on the board still. Arnold Ibakiti. Do you know how to say his name? Ibakete?
Oh, Ibakati.
Ibakati. Okay, I can remember that. David Ojabo still going to be available. Obviously, the injury there, but that's going to be a huge value for a team that can wait until 2023 for their edge rusher. I swear to God, if the Chiefs then grab him, oh my God, I'll hate it. Sky Moore's hanging around, Desmond Ridder, all the quarterbacks. So we'll see. Who's the other running back? The other top back. Kenneth Walker also. So gonna be good. Day 2. Here we go.
I'm excited. Perna, you streaming tonight?
Yeah, I think I am. We were gonna the Broncos. There's a good chance they trade up, and I was just gonna stream for that pick, but the Broncos have a couple, so I may just stream for all the Broncos picks tonight. We'll see. See how far I get through the workday.
All right.
You do every round you do the whole thing, right?
I just don't do day 3 because day 3, I just put out videos for every guy that they do just because there's so many and it gets crazy. So, and it's a long ass day. So yeah, I'll be streaming tonight though, baby.
Let's do it.
I'll be streaming tonight.
Big day here. Thanks everybody who showed up this morning to watch Tom and I talk about the draft.
Over 3,700 people up in here.
Love it. Love it.
Appreciate you, folks.
Appreciate it, guys.
We'll be back Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll be here to recap the entire damn thing. The whole damn thing. We're going to do it. So, Perna, besides streaming, you got anything coming out today?
Yeah. Biggest winners and losers of the draft. So if you sat through this episode, wait till you watch a condensed version of me saying the same thing.
Nailed it.
And what are you doing? A big reaction video, Tom?
You know what? I said, why not? Every NFL fan's reaction to round 1 of the NFL draft. We're going to rock it. It'll be out. I wrote it all out, so I just got to record it, which takes forever because all the jerseys. So probably should be out in the next 2-3 hours. 2-3 hours.
You so fast. You so good.
We'll get it. We'll rock. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated. Also, I'll see you tonight for the stream.